Hello there guys, my name is Eelwood and today we're going to be reviewing a timeless classic, Mega Man 2, and to answer the ultimate question, is it worth your time? So, Mega Man 2 is an old school single player action platformer where you play as the revered hero Mega Man, a robot created by Dr. Light on his quest to defeat Dr. Wily. Now if you didn't already know that, then you must have been living under a rock for the last 30 years. No offense of course. So in Mega Man 2 you'll be taking on punishing levels, evasive robot masters and pain in the arse bosses, all while dying a lot more than you would expect. Well, that was my experience anyway. FYI guys, this version of Mega Man 2 isn't the 1988 original. Instead, I'm playing the Mega Man Legacy Collection version on PS4, so the graphics and sound quality are a lot more crisp and overall a bit better than the original version, so bear that in mind. So, aesthetically the game obviously has the 8-bit style graphics of course, bringing us back those old school vibes. Colours used are very bright yet quite pale, which was pretty impressive back in the day. Decent pixel shading used to give surface textures. Clearly no lighting effects and little detail, but come on, what do you expect from 1980s cartridge limitations? Characters have little pixels and very few animation frames, with Mega Man's walk for example only having 2 frames. But although this is the case, it doesn't take away from the quality that each sprite brings to the overall gaming experience. Level layouts are nice, no level is too short or too long, cheeky. Good platform spacing, obstacles and enemies to make the game a good challenge. Effects used like underwater bubbles, cogs in the background and animated clouds really give each level a unique feel to it, while also giving immersion to the player, especially with the added soundtracks. Speaking of OSTs, so anyone that knows Mega Man games knows that the quality of the soundtracks are brilliant. Fast, upbeat, catchy, bold and intense music, everything you need from a fast-paced platformer. And Mega Man 2 specifically is rated one of the best Mega Man games in the entire series for the soundtracks by many Mega Man fans. The amount of remixes these soundtracks have had over the last 3 decades is nuts. Still making consistent appearances in the most recent Smash games as well. Crazy. Now for the gameplay. So Mega Man 2 does have 2 different difficulties to choose from. You've got normal and difficult. If it's your first playthrough, I'd recommend sticking to normal because as I mentioned, you'll be dying enough as it is, let me tell you. When you start the game, you will first need to select one of Dr. Wily's machine men to go up against. Once chosen, you have to take on their stage and then take on the machine man at the end. Once defeated, you actually gain that machine man's signature ability, then you're back at the selection screen once more until all of them have been defeated, and then you can access the final stages to take on Dr. Wily himself. The UI in Mega Man is pretty much non-existent except for your life and weapon energy bars. FYI, the weapon bar is only visible when you have an unlocked weapon equipped, as each weapon does have a usage limit which can be replenished though. You equip weapons via the start menu. There are 8 different weapons to unlock, each from their corresponding machine man boss, with the addition of 3 special items that Dr. Light gives you after specific machine men. Each weapon has its own characteristics in how it affects enemies, damages enemies and travels to the enemy, such as saw blades, detonation rockets and tornadoes for example. If ever you're in a situation where you use Bubble Man's weapon for example on a flame enemy, it does deal considerably more damage, which is a nice touch that makes you play around with different enemies and weaknesses. The default weapon in Mega Man 2 is the iconic Mega Buster, the simple one-shot projectile gun with the ability to 3-shot quickly, which by the way I had no idea about in my whole entire first playthrough, which is fucking convenient. The character controls as you would expect from a decent platformer, good jump height, airborne controls and general movement. A few Mega Man fans have reported that Mega Man 2's controls can be quite slippery, but personally I didn't really notice any issue with the movement. Enemies are quite varied and challenging, some are very fast, some are very large, and some just piss you off. Boss fights are also tough, especially when it's your first time fighting them and they're bouncing all over the place, bumping into you and barraging you with an assortment of projectiles. In Mega Man you restore energy and weapon energy with orbs and batteries. These are dropped from enemies randomly. Many times I found myself with very low HP and no healing items drop at all, so you are pretty much dead. Other times you complete the whole stage with almost every single enemy dropping a healing item or the battery, and by the time you get onto the boss fight, you've got full HP without a scratch. Another thing I found was most of my deaths came from falling off a platform, getting hit off a platform, or touching the fucking one-hit KO spikes dotted around the place. This game definitely teaches you to be a lot more vigilant and to take your time all the time. So for the ultimate question, is it worth your time? It's a must-play classic everyone needs to play before they die, but honestly, you got plenty of time before that, so don't rush it. I'm going to give this game a 4-star or 80 out of 100. If you've never played a Mega Man before and you want to see what all the fuss is about, Mega Man 2 is arguably the best in the series according to many hardcore Mega Man fans. I was in the same boat. I had never touched a Mega Man game in my life until this one, because personally I never really liked the look of Mega Man. But I am a bit of a Capcom fanboy and thought to myself, if I'm going to complete one Mega Man game in my life, I'm going to complete the best one. The internet told me Mega Man 2, and I have no regrets whatsoever. The weapon system is amazing for its time. You actually interact with Dr. Light briefly, which is a nice touch, but it's the OST quality that really made this game for me in the end. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed it enough to watch more in future, because I make review videos at least once a week. And if you can guys, comment more, because it's like a fucking ghost town down there. But all the best guys, take care.